On July 31st, 2021, a Discord user from the 3 of Savior community reached out to me about the assisted healing bugs for the cleric classes. Now, this is just not any cleric classes, but it had to be two specific classes, the cleric base classes and the priest classes. These two classes have a very common skill synergy, which are normal healing skills and a mass heal skill. Now, any cleric can use their healing skill to boost the assisted damage outputs for the solo content, which include Tell Harsher Stage 4 and below, and the solo field version of the challenge modes. Players can also summon a sister in the solo version of the legendary, which is the Tomb of the White Crowns and Hard Bugs. More importantly, player can also summon the assister in the Wicked Boss Raid content. The bug is pretty simple to execute it by the way, because you can do this by entering Wicked Boss Raid through the F10 tab, summon your assister, wait 3 seconds, cast the mass heal, and then cast the normal heal 3 times with the remove target healing attribute. By doing all of this, your assister will receive a blue or red effect, which boosts their damage significantly based on your character healing power. The blue or red that you see on the screen right now is a stand blue or red effect whenever your character uses normal heals on the assister in the solo field version of the challenge mode. More importantly, player can also utilize the effects for the soul hunt content like the Amistar, Maidens, or Mistress. They can also apply the damage buff directly to the sister in the solo version of the legendary. Additionally, all the clips that you just saw were recorded before the goddess update. This is also one of the reasons why it took me so long to make the videos, because I want to give IMC enough time to look into the bugs and potentially fixing it. Also, we both make sure to report the bug to the 3 of Savior support team before even making this video. So this is not something that came out randomly to the open public. And yes, this bug still exists today after the goddess update. The clip that you are looking at right now is Wicked Boss Raid number 79, and the boss is Fossil Lord, Insect type with lightning attribute and cloud armors. Also, there are two parts to this video. The first part is about the bugs, and the second part is an open discussion about whether IMC should implement the bugs as a part of the system to help out the support main players. In order to give you guys a perspective on how good is the healing bugs, I record a few clips before the goddess update to compare the assister damage output. On my left, I have a non-healing bug runs, which is where I don't use the mass heals along with the normal heal to trigger the bug effects on my assister. And on my right is the healing bug effects, which is where I use the whole healing bug to increase my assister damage. And here is the result for both runs. As you can see here, I executed both runs perfectly with 154 million in total damage for the Twist of Fate. And on my left, my assister did around 27 million damage. And on my right, my assister did around 112 million in total damage with the healing bug effects. This is not bad in my opinions, because it increased my assister damage outputs up to 4 times compared to the original values on the left. Keep in mind that the damage effect is proportional to my character healing power. The more healing power that my character has, the more damage effect is applied directly to my assister. Additionally, the Discord user also shared his data with me to showcase the full potential of a full support healer while using the healing bug. The thing that surprised me the most is that his assister did over 1 billion damage, which is quite a lot in my opinion. There are a few things I do want to point out about the healing system when you summon your assister in solo content. First, you cannot heal your assister with the normal heal skill because your assister units does not show up in the healing target system. Secondly, mass heal doesn't heal your assister either, but is a gateway to apply the healing bug effects onto your assister. Lastly, there are a few classes that seem to be able to heal your assister, which include Paladins and Cabbalists. I have not fully tested out the third part yet, so I cannot give you guys the full detail about it. Additionally, the summon assister skill from the common task skill has 3-minute cooldown. This could affect your assister greatly if your unit die early in battles, which means you cannot summon your assister freely due to the cooldown restriction. Anyway, let me get straight to the point here. There are some advantages and disadvantages of being a full support healer. For the pros, the healer keeps the party alive, the healer provides debuffs and buffs to increase the party damage output, the healer is the most wanted classes in any endgame content. For the cons, the healer is the only class and builds with the lowest damage output, limited to one type of attack, which is the Corrupted Spear. The healer cannot farm or hunt alone, the healer always requires a party, the healer cannot play solo content. One thing you need to keep in mind is that playing a healer class is not an easy task, because you have to find a way to fund your character. You can build a DPS character first to do all the farming, and then build another character for the healing role. However, what if that players want to dedicate his or her time to become a full-time support? Lowering one's character to 460 is already difficult enough, so why should the players fund another character just to play full support? Keep in mind that there are a few support classes that heavily depending on the attack status to provide the full effects for the support skill. These classes are Database, Priest, and Paladin. If you want to maximize out the buff effects, your character need a good amount of attack status to match up with your DPS in the party. This is also one of the reasons why there are many dedicated support in Tree of Saviors, because they don't want to limit themselves to the party content only. The only content that healer cannot do right now is Solo Legend Raid, Wicked Boss Raid, and Bonus Dungeon. These content provide a lot of good values materials for in-game progression, such as multi-powders from the Hardbuck Solo version, Goddess Black Gems Q from Wicked Boss Raid, and 80 Gems upgrade from Bonus Dungeon. Now, it is possible to reach endgame by just spamming the Corruptive Spears attributes for the healing skill. A YouTuber goes by Kukuri upload a healer video showcasing the full potential of the Corruptive Spear with Divine Retribution art. It took these players around 2 minutes to kill Velcopper by herself and spamming Arcade Energy with the SPA apple to refresh the mana point. Keep in mind that this player has plus 21 gears and above. It looked great on papers, but you can pretty much build a solid DPS build at this point that can kill the boss 3 times faster than a healer. Anyway, let me go ahead and wrap this up. The Assister Healing bugs provide a great values for the healer mains who is trying to reach 7 billion total damage reward without having to waste extra reset every single week. I already did the math for this. Any healer with the Oracle and Deadbite class build-ins can do around 600 million total damage with the Twist of Fate per run. That means they just need to get 400 million damage from another source to reach 1 billion damage per run. It would take any healer main 7 runs to reach 7 billion damage. IMC should provide more option for the healer to do solo raid content, maybe giving healer the option to heal and boost assisted damage in the solo raid content. That would be great values for the full support healers. But each dungeon is definitely a hard one because you need to upgrade your Aether Gems. Reaching over stage 50 and above is extremely difficult for a healer. IMC should let healers summon for Assister just like they did with Telhasha and solo view version of the challenge mode. Also, if you are looking for an alternative way to claim 1 billion total damage reward for the weekly boss raid content as a healer, I recommend checking out my other videos, the cheapest unfunded builds to farm 1 billion weekly boss raid to reward in Tree of Savior. The link to that videos will be available in the video description below, so feel free to check it out. Anyway, that is all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. This is Satoshi once again, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.